Walkways need
Welcome home,
patching up.
Sid.
They said they'd give us new clothes.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of Cursebreakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, Thank you. No one knows herb lore like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
Back, are ya? So, what'll it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, all right? Should last you a good while. You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you. Anything else?
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Visitor suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the Orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
They said they'd give us new clothes.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Cid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka.
Seems the Draper was more than eager to take my convent.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Cid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
It hasn't.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, If that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword-grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sack loads of the stuff. Might be worth hiring porters at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
Yous two take care, eh? I'll go and see the supplier.
Just don't let that bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck. Clive. What do you want? No scratches, all right? Not my best work, but it'll do. That it? Fine.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Is that all?
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir.
Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. And that's where I'll start.
Oh, where did all the men of the rock go?
Lights and pods! Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woe stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
The juiciest meat from Green's.
Yes, they're quite.
My carpets have brighter place.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalimil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalimil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. There's plenty of folk in Dalimil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it. Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
अरे एज पैसा बा
ठीक बा दुकान से लणू
ना रे बच्चों
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
स्ट्रीम 1 FPS चलता है क्या इशू क्या है तुम्हारा हर स्ट्रीम चल रहा है क्या वैसा ही मेरे को लगा सिर्फ वैलोरेंट चल रहा है वैसे स्ट्रीम जब काटोगे तब मेरे को बोलना ओपीएस का सेटिंग
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
आएगा और लूई तो आएगा नहीं पूछा था उसको वो लॉ के साथ खेल रहा है तो वो 5 जन है ऑलरेडी
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
No distraction. Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance. Yes.
No distractions.
But you're the one who took it.
No distractions. My ult is ready.
You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts.
No
Put them back on their feet.
My ult is ready.
Gave them something worth fighting for. Just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me.
ये नहीं है क्या आलू
But
और
I'll make
विंटर्स
sure
नहीं है क्या
Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Stop and fire.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Stop and fire.
Blackthorn. Got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. One down, two to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
उनसे आया था ना क्या चला क्यों है उनसे आया था ना
Oh, Sid,
नया
is
माउस
this about
खरीदने
the
के लिए बोल
helm?
रहा था पता नहीं खरीदा या नहीं नया माउस लाना है उसको खरीदा या नहीं खरीदा पता नहीं
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Something nice to kill them with.
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Dominating.
Good day to you. Sid.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Are we here to dig a new cellar?
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
Hello.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
हाँ वो रात को नहीं आएगा वही तो बोल रहा था ना और कुछ बोला
Word is the Black Shields took a hiding hand to some daring.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though.
क्या
I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary.
खेल रहे हो क्या
Don't worry.
वही तो खेल रहे
Any
थे
shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon
ये
come
क्या
running.
गेम
And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
अच्छा ग्राफिक्स है रे Assassin's Creed जैसा है
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually.
Skills remaining.
Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them have seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
खत्म नहीं हो गया खत्म हो गया बोल रहा था
It's all but spent. What are we doing now? The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
You're quite...
Here with that rod of yours. Skill
I
remaining.
share with it, as did my grandfather before me.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
क्या खेलेगा ना क्या कितने जन हुए हम मैं जो भाई ये खेलेंगे क्या
Seems
तुम
Lorbert's
क्यों भाई
Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal?
और कोई है नहीं
Shall we go and investigate?
क्या आके चले गए ना कोई नहीं आए कोई आया नहीं अलग अलग खेल रहे हैं सब ओहो ठीक है तो खत्म कर लेते हो ना क्या मेरे साथ नहीं होगा तो मेरे को वो आईडी लाना पड़ेगा खुद पकड़ो
जी जी तो क्या मुझे नाम से पूछो
शैडो का भी मतलब शैडो हाई रैंक है ना तो मेरे साथ होगा नहीं अगर लो रैंक भी लाओगे तो
You there? Fuck! He's seen us.
हाँ क्या
Get them before they escape.
सिल्वर है ना
Yep. Black Shields.
सिल्वर 3 की तरफ पड़ती है
What are you doing here?
आता है
What is it?
तो रेस लेके ही खेलना पड़ेगा
You don't leave here alive.
आप मारोगे तो नहीं मारोगे ज़्यादा प्लस होगा 5 तक नहीं
अरे ये खेल रहे जो भाई लोग मजा भाई लोग
पता नहीं मीगा मेरे को इनवाइट दिया था लेकिन कौन है कौन
हाँ
अभी तो इनवाइट दिया हाँ वो चार है चार है हाँ मतलब मेरे को मिला के 5 हो गए हाँ और ये याद है एक डॉक्टर थे शैडो जो
Why were they here?
मिंकू
Attack on Lost Wing.
हाँ उनके साथ खेल रहा है शायद हाँ
Clive, how goes the hunt for our
Hello.
sinister
Hello.
figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass.
तो मेगा डिस्कॉर्ड नहीं ना कौन
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds.
अच्छा
Though they serve another master now.
चुस्की इनवाइट कौन पटो
Means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the
सी मत चल के इनवाइट पटो
caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going
तो
to
ताकू
need
कोई
to
चलो खेले है पे
Who did the black
ମୁଁ
shield
କିଛି
serve
କହିନଥିଲି
now?
ହେଲେ ମୁଁ
Why would that
କହିଥିଲି
person want you dead?
ନେକ୍ସଟ ମ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଆସିବ ମୁଁ କହିଲି ତାର ଭାଇ ଜବ୍
Because I want him.
अरे खेलो खेलो भाई
ताकू पचलू मना कला कहलेनी एपड़े ता जो विंटर्स पचला खेलिबो ना बोली कुछ कहले
Built here.
अरे मेरा को मैं सोलो खेल लूंगा भाई
नहीं नहीं मतलब
अरे वो हम लोग ना ऑलरेडी 4 लोग थे ठीक है मतलब दूसरा ग्रुप एक है
I suppose it is
तो मैं
better
उनके
we
साथ खेल रहा था एक
remember
रैंडम
the
था
truth.
तो चुस्की बोला वो
I
आएगा
was a member of the
आप लोग को क्यों
judiciary
मना किया
once.
फिर अब 4 लोग
So
हो जाते
sickened was I by the injustice of
कोई
this
नहीं।
world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my
ये
own.
तो डोली भी नहीं गला
way.
सेज भी नहीं गला हाँ
हाँ
क्या
I
सुबह
saw
से नहीं
more
आया
than
था
a
अभी
few
आया मैं
corrupt officials condemned to the
नहीं
very
सुबह तो मैं
cells
भी नहीं
into
आया
which
था
they had
अरे तू
thrown
टेव नहीं
blameless innocence.
अबे ये
Men to
मैसेज
whom
किया
the
था
law
साला
was but
सुबह
a scourge
खेले
to
क्या
turn
बोले
against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
सही है ना सब
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice.
बाहर ऐसे
His
मैंने
support
हाँ
for
मैंने
me was
कथा
no
होती पा
more
बुकोटे
than a
करियो
facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath.
मैंने बाहर रही को
I
अगर नेट
filed
सुनो
suit against him immediately.
जोड़ा नहीं भैया करो
His response, however,
ये
was rather
मैच खेलने
more
से इतने
visceral.
उड्डीन करे कि एस भाई बैक टू बैक एस
मतलब और ही बताओ अगर चुस्की ऐसी होती हो तो मैंने वो पड़ा ऐसी होती
Punishment whatsoever.
वो तो बस्ती तो पड़ा ऐसी आसी दिला बा
ओ आसी थिला
हां बा कोच बा बस्ती दिला डिस्कॉर्ड रे विंटर्स पचला जे हम तीने तो चुस्की भाई खेलेंगे क्या
Achieved through the courts.
मैं कुछ नहीं जानता
So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him and slit their throats.
अरे मैंने ग्रुप रे समतुन टैग को जन जी खेले यार खेले ना वो तो इग्नोर मार दिया भाई
With money and power.
थॉमस तो खेले ना मोस्टली तो
And so I saw that I would
तो
need
भाई
an
असली
army of
खेले
my
मु
own.
तांग सहित मिसिके नॉला नाइट
I came here to
Wrong.
Lost
Sai
Wing
kar bola
and
ji.
began
Aage
recruiting
बहुत मारे
like-minded individuals.
हां मतलब म्यूट मारे तेरे यस आ रही है
सॉन्स क्या
Everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
क्वाड वाला है कोजी
Of course. They
जो आने
too have
सी भी
lost
बस्ती ला
loved
कोड़े
ones to the
पड़ा
bearer hunts.
नो है
Seen
Mas
faultless
putas only
friends
सब
set
उड़िए
to the gallows to
सब
spare
कोच
the
सब
guilty.
अलग अलग ये रे उड़िए
All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin,
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him
BB.
first.
ये क्या उनका ट्रैप है भाई तो फक
My friends and comrades, It begins.
जेट फटी है
Make ready for war.
दोनों
सुट्टा मार रहा था यार।
Spike down A.
इधर पी जा रहा सब ना इधर पी आ रहा बढ़िया
One enemy remaining.
आराम से
Spike down mid.
don't go
I'm not going to change his mind.
सुट्टा मार रहा था बेंच उधर सामने आके लोड।
You must fall. Then fall near me.
obvious to be बाहर है कम अब अगली बार करोगे अरे नहीं
पिंग है नहीं रहती
बिगड़ू
यस
और पता क्या सकता
बढ़िया सर बढ़िया मंडे नहीं पुणे में हूँ ऑफिस
यहाँ से भी चेंज करें
मई के बाद ही होगा मोस्टली। अभी तो 1 साल हुआ नहीं ना इस कंपनी में।
Come, my children.
What the fuck? 4 रैंक पिला है मैंने
भाई 3 लोग
Enemy remaining.
एस
B.
मुझे बेट करो मुझे बेट करो। ए भाई एरीज रे माड़ो खाई गलन एस ना में दोड्डू तो टोटा यांकर सब रैंक फ्लैट और डायमंड ही
फ्लैट डायमंड टाइम कितने को
ओबे भाई बट को ए से इकला एरीज रे तो फक
मेरे को इधर जरा ए सब सोच नहीं सकते
Fuck.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
One enemy remaining.
रैंकर से वो रैंक कौन आईआरएल रैंक कौन
रैंक पूरा बिंग टू वायर गोटे डायमंड गोटे फ्लैट 1 गोटे गोल्ड 3
Time to go.
ना मैंने ऐसा पाइपलाइन ही गए थे
हां
बस एमटी रैंक कौन था
एमटी वाले नॉर्मल खेलियर
हां
नॉर्मल खेलिया वाइज कोई अब
नॉर्मल रैंडमली जाऊं तो या
परफेक्ट वॉल
डैगर साइफर टाइप की साइफर लो है साइफर लो Maybe.
One enemy remaining.
The things I do for you,
Down mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
I'm from Odisha, bro.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well,
Where are you guys from?
don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
हाँ आप लोग आ जाओ पूछ रहा हूँ ओके और बाकी दोनों मोकली ओके
सेव करेगा
बैगन में मिला देते हैं क्या Ray also play. Okay, I'll play.
Don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
I play Cypher too.
One remaining.
Right. The shielding.
अभी तो पहला गेम है. Notice नहीं करूँगा.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside.
I can play any shadow then.
A triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started.
Fuck.
I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I
मेरे
would
को तो
take.
गेम मिल गया रे.
Hippocrates.
यार डेथ मैच में क्या?
Yeah.
We are looking for a diamond player बोलेगा. मैं हूँ diamond भाई.
I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
उसका गेम कट गया.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Thanks to Sid.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
चलेगा. Bike down नहीं है ना?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next?
मेगा से तो नहीं होगा. मेगा से तो भाई.
She has some specific requirements.
लंड ले लो भाई.
materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you
अभी
can
तो मेरा
imagine,
हुआ था. अभी time
she's
लगेगा.
struggling to find anything that meets her
Teju is
needs.
back.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you
Oh,
might
wait,
be able to
wait.
search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine.
at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of
ले लिया मैंने ले लिया
pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it,
it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
कूद गया भाई मेरे मुंह पे
ये तो बस तो ना ओके ओके तो इधर साइबर कैच कर रहा है
Jocho.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
केस डाल के हाफ कर लो केस डाल के हाफ कर लो
Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Hello, Joe.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Hello, Joe.
Okay.
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken a little
अरे मैं हाँ ही तो रहा था वो नीचे
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks
strike
like the
down हो गया
ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
Oh, fuck.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Odin चाहिए इसको नहीं है ओ एजो को मैंने म्यूट करके रखा था लॉल अरे वो डिस्कॉर्ड में भी था ना अरे डिस्कॉर्ड में था वो अभी नहीं है मैं देखा नहीं
टैग कर लेंगे यही जाना है
No.
या
Where's Taya?
इधर का क्या अच्छा कहाँ से हूँ
मैं छोड़ दिया भाई ये तो
ओके
There you are,
मिल लेंगे
Taya.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this.
Done.
But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Hot.
Let's hope the draper has Hortense's cloth.
उधर ही है
Will not find a bruised pippin in the
सेव कर रही है।
Might I interest you in some swansdown? Perhaps some seersucker or herringbone?
Just some linen. 2 bolts. Already paid for in full.
रिवाइव दे दो किसी को, गन आ जाएगी।
Apologies, my lord, but your items aren't here. They were due to arrive on a caravan from Boklad, but there's been little traffic on the road these past few days. My mother thinks it might be bandits, but she always thinks it's bandits.
It usually is. So I assume the caravan will be coming from the south.
Yes, hopefully carrying all manner of spice and sundries. Wait, you aren't thinking of...
Frustrated होंगे अभी पूरा।
Going to find it. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, well then, be safe.
ऑलरेडी क्या कर रहा हूँ।
Interest you in today?
अरे एक छिपा है राइट में।
I trust it's all here.
Okay.
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Buy, sell, or be gone.
That should do it. Hopefully Ty is finished too.
City.
All anyone ever wants
Fresh
is
cuts.
How am I supposed
You'll
to...
not find a bruised pippin in the...
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then.
Yeah.
He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
City, yeah.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once.
Fla.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
FK.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his.
Maybe.
I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right.
Cupping nail.
And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the Moondew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the
क्या मार रहा है
infirmary?
भाई ये?
Many hands make light work and all that. Of course. Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Two there.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these
connector
bits
था
together.
प्राण कर दिया.
To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got
भाई
into the
आज
smithing
क्या खा
game,
गया वो आज?
I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not
क्या खा गया
thermal
भाई? ऐसा पहन रहा.
in didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference.
ये मॉडल है क्या?
Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
टैग कर रहे थे यार.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
अराउंड वही करता है.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming.
स्पाइक दे दे.
Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Dots. 3 dots.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How may I help you today, Clive? Here you are. All yours. All done?
All right, Clive. Astrix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Jogira sararara. Jogira.
They said they'd give us new clothes.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? No, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait.
Side, right, man.
Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
Mid. 2 more. Chamber and Theo. Coming at. Both out.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Cid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Cid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
नहीं सुनाई दिया क्या? एक हेवन लगा मेरे को बस.
Well, Cid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it.
भैया गुजरा.
But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. Not as slaves like crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies.
Bye, Manole. Huh?
It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon,
we're
there'll
going.
be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet
नहीं
you
हाथ
there.
जा रहा है
See yous down in Bocklad. Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better.
ठीक है मैं भी
Thanks
जा
to
रहा हूँ
Taya.
Thanks for the game.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too.
Good night.
Thank you, boy.
क्या भाई रेडिएंट का है बे मार क्या मार रहा था बे डायमंड लोग में सारों 23 किल किया भाई खुद खुद के मारा है 3 बंदों को 3 एंगल मारा भाई क्या मार रहा
This
था
used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the scars.
मेरे को लगा
Till the
डायमंड है
Republic laid a
मारेंगे
new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic
टूट गया
went
भाई
there.
पूरा
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed.
अरे अपना टीम
My
मुड़ा
dad will be the only outlaws on the trail today.
अरे वो अलग ये से आया था डायमंड लेके आया था वो
So what do you think?
That we'd be...
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
Nope. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take him.
The driver, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits. Them dealt with. Comes that cart. Getting all this out of here will be a nightmare.
We found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. merchant friend will be delighted.
How exactly will we be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it would be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
I see the Downlets lag behind this area when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruins should hold at least. The path continues on the other side.
This is Zemeckis. Land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a to win their power. The final battle took place here. These falls. So the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
The gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Sea bearers. Tell the truth. I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted. That's land. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of stories, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When you were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. I thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true. You're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
We'll have to keep our wits about us.
It's nothing.
Reports are true, Father. I've surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Serbia.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him to become today.
Father, please.
Also as long as I live. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Leon. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in storm. Then, Vallaster, all shall bow before their king.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of God. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Good flesh. Return to your camp, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of sin.
Father, I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nation, ruler, and of the divine.
Trust the words of this traitress. She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sandra, Prince Leon. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
Canker!
Silence! Insolent wretch!
You will bend the knee, or else is heresy. Sire, forgive me.
Hello.
This audience is over. Come, Your Radiance. The Verena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
One summary. अरे ये बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा ऐसा लग रहा है सोलो लेवलिंग
क्या क्या
बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा सोलो लेवलिंग ऐसा लग रहा है
हाँ बहुत जल्दी अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं ना ऐसा कुछ सुनने में आया था
We just need to hug the coast.
छोटा ही है इतना तो बड़ा नहीं है काट काट के दिखा रहे हैं सारा
हाँ कुछ तो स्किप कर रहा हूँ मैं जल्दी
Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
खाना खा लिया क्या? क्या खाया तो?
मैं रोटी आलू, सॉरी रोटी दाल।
क्या बाहर?
नहीं, घर आ गए।
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's
पूरा
blessing.
रोटी आलू में है नहीं क्या?
क्या?
आंटी पूरा अभी रोटी आलू पूरा है फेमस आंटी का।
घर में बोल देंगे वो आलू ही बनाना बस।
ये रे आलू नहीं तो चना नहीं क्या?
हाँ।
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
अरे ये लोग चले गए क्या? सो गए क्या सारे?
क्या पता, हाँ हो सकता है।
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
साला देखने के लिए भी नहीं है।
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. You're more than welcome to look.
तो वही।
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
Checking everyone.
Can't you make an exception? Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? Must be around here somewhere.
Come and taste my peaches. They're sweet as
क्या कर
nectar.
रहा है? मुझसे तो बात करते हैं।
क्या?
I'll take the large one.
मुझसे बात करते हैं।
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's betrayed us, Pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bocklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Yes, I like that. Yes, I लेते तो भाई।
Let's keep an eye out for this
फायदा
red
भाई?
chocobo then.
And the other one up.
अच्छा है क्या PS5?
PS5 एक्सक्लूसिव गेम्स खेल सकता है और जो सोनी के लिए आता है पीसी के लिए 1 साल बाद आता है।
मतलब अच्छा है या बुरा?
अच्छा है या?
Out of my sight, wretch.
50,000 है और क्या है? वर्थ नहीं लगता है मेरे को।
Bloody Crimson Caravans, scooping up all the best customers. Leave some for the rest of us.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El! He's me mate!
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Boklad?
हेलो खेलने का भी बंदे हो रहा है आज तो
आरपीजी गेम को एक डाउनलोड कर ले रहे खेल
I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
तो उतना देर बैठ नहीं सकता ऐसा और भाई पसंद आ गया तो खत्म करना ऐसा सीन रह जाता है
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
खेल ट्राई कर रहे हैं
It's me trader's pass.
सॉर्ड फोड़ गया कुछ बता
It got stolen.
क्या
सॉर्ड गेम
सॉर्ड गेम गॉड ऑफ वॉर खेल
नहीं तो रेसिडेंट एविल बता साइड कुछ है क्या
रेसिडेंट हाँ रेसिडेंट एविल सारे क्रैक
गॉड ऑफ वॉर बता हां गॉड ऑफ वॉर बता साइड हां
मेरा वॉइस लेट जा रहा है क्या तुझे
हाँ नहीं मैं थोड़ा हैंग हो गया था
गॉड ऑफ वॉर खेल 2 पार्ट आ गया है गॉड ऑफ वॉर रैग्नारोक दोनों स्टोरी अच्छी है
ये क्या 1 या 2 ना ये क्या
रुक मैं तेरे टैग करता हूँ डिस्कॉर्ड में लिंक होगा
हाँ तो 1 है 2 है या अभी नया निकला है
गॉड ऑफ वॉर 1 है मतलब PS5 के लिए जो निकला था गॉड ऑफ वॉर फिर गॉड ऑफ वॉर रैग्नारोक
अच्छा ये 2 ही है अभी तक
हाँ
रैग्नारोक उसके बाद ना
हाँ
ये अलग है और ये अलग है अभी तक PS में खेला नहीं हूँ मैं
यहाँ पे सर्च कर सकते हैं क्या
कहाँ से क्रैक डाउनलोड करूँ ना क्रैक नहीं चाहिए
क्रैक चाहिए यहाँ पे यहीं पे होगा
ऑनलाइन गेम है क्या नहीं तो
नहीं
तो
रुक मैं तुझे डोडी से ढूंढ के दे रहा हूँ लिंक
मेरे पे क्या दिखता हूँ वह है क्या क्या गॉड ऑफ वॉर कर ली ना
हाँ अरे घोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा खेल सकता है रे घोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा का स्टोरी बहुत अच्छा है
क्या घोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा
हाँ
सुषमा
क्या
ना सुशिमा
सुशिमा TS
था अच्छा अरे 2 भी आ गया क्या इसका
कौन सा
गॉड ऑफ वॉर का
हाँ गॉड ऑफ वॉर घोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा 2 आ गया है मतलब ये अभी तक आया रिलीज नहीं हुआ है रिलीज होने वाला है तो घोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा खेल रहे छोड़ गॉड ऑफ वॉर छोड़ घोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा खेल सबसे बेस्ट
ये थोड़ा अजीब लग रहा है ये देख के
क्या है यूट्यूब में देख रहे हैं
हाँ
अभी बढ़िया है क्या बात कर रहा है
ये ट्राई करता हूँ यही है ना सोनी पिक्चर्स गॉड ऑफ वॉर बिट्रायल
कौन सा
ये है क्या गॉड ऑफ वॉर बिट्रायल वही है ना 1 मतलब
कौन सा तो स्ट्रीम कर
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly.
बिट्रल दिखा रहा है कि बिट्रल क्या है
That you know the markets well.
अरे
मैं टॉरेंट फाइल तो क्या डाले डाउनलोड बिठाएगा
टॉरेंट नहीं है मेरे पे डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा ये देख
ये क्या है
गॉड ऑफ वॉर यही है क्या
बिट्रेयल क्या होता है
कहाँ ट्रेल
तो किस में देख रही है
पता नहीं एक साइट में था तो वो रखा हूँ
इसमें देख रहे डोडी में देख
रुक जा काम
ये पता नहीं मैं कभी ट्राई नहीं किया हूँ तो मैं रेकमेंड नहीं करूंगा मैं दे रहा हूँ तुझे सुशिमा खेलना सुशिमा अच्छी है
नहीं
तलवार गेम है भाई
ये ट्राई करता गॉड ऑफ वॉर अच्छा लग रहा है
ठीक है
उसके बाद खेलूंगा
मैं तुझे गॉड ऑफ वॉर देता हूँ तुझे
गॉड ऑफ वॉर थोड़ा रियल लग रहा है ये सुशिमा थोड़ा झाक ग्राफिक्स लगा
भाई गॉड सुशिमा ज्यादा रियल है गॉड ऑफ वॉर में पावर्स वगैरह हैं
हाँ इसीलिए तो अच्छा लगेगा सुशिमा पावर वार नहीं है ना खाली रॉ स्ट्रेंथ है अच्छा ग्राफिक्स है पर डार्क साइडर का कुछ आया क्या? डार्क साइडर भी नहीं खेला हूँ।
ये लिखा है
डार्क साइडर 3 तो खत्म कर दिया है ना कैसा?
कौन सा?
डार्क साइडर 3
यार डार्क साइड नहीं खेला रे और शायद से।
खेला था रे, 2 खेला था तू, 3 खेला कि नहीं पता
ये
नहीं।
गॉड ऑफ वॉर 1 और ये गॉड ऑफ वॉर 2। दोनों दे दिया। देख पिंग क्या हो तुझे।
हाँ कहाँ पे रे?
देख तुझे पिंग क्या हो सिगरेट जनरल में।
ग्रेट। हाँ 2 है क्या? 2 अच्छा।
हाँ एक गॉड ऑफ वॉर 1 है, दूसरा गॉड ऑफ वॉर 2 है।
कितना जी क्या रे इसमें? ये ऑन कर सकता हूँ क्या मैं? क्या बोलते हैं RTX का वो जो
RTX
क्या बोलते हैं? अरे क्या ऑन
DLSS
करते हैं ना? हाँ DLS से, हाँ।
वो हो जाएगा शायद से, पता नहीं, वो अवेलेबल होगा तो हो जाएगा आई गेस।
मतलब ट्राई नहीं किया हूँ, वुकोंग में भी ट्राई नहीं किया मैं।
वो ऑटोमेटिक होता है।
आ गया?
हाँ एनवीडिया ऑप्टिमाइज कर देता है गेम जब ओपन करता है तो।
Idea which little band could have done this?
टोरेंट लिखा है, वन ड्राइव से कर लो क्या?
Need our pass back.
हाँ तो कहीं से भी डाउनलोड कर ले अब।
Then we can be on our way.
26 GB है फाइनल साइज है।
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct?
कुछ करना नहीं है ना, सीधा इंस्टॉल ना?
नहीं सारे डाउनलोड करना है, उसके बाद उसको एक्सट्रैक्ट करेगा सब कुछ एक साथ, उसके बाद इंस्टॉल पे डालेगा।
अरे मतलब क्या? कल डाउनलोड कर लेता हूँ।
डाउनलोड बस एक नहीं होगा ना, बहुत सारे होंगे डाउनलोड करने के लिए।
आ गया? ये तो एक ही दिखा रहा है सेटअप डाउनलोड।
दिखा स्ट्रीम कर।
अरे ये क्या किया रे? वेलकम डालना, फाइल पासवर्ड लॉकेट ओके 2025 मेगा से डाउनलोड होगा। हाँ कर रहा हूँ।
I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I
अरे
suspect
IBM
I
ये
know
क्या
why
खुला?
they did it. Let me explain.
अरे 16 MB एक ही हुआ सड़ो।
नहीं ये नहीं है वे।
हैं?
क्या हुआ ये? कंटिन्यू। हाँ मार वहाँ पे। हाँ रुक ये है।
अच्छा और क्या खुला था फिर?
भाई वो ये सब है, पॉपअप सब है। गेट लिंक कर, ये काट।
ओह मेरे को डाउनलोड।
बैक अरे ये क्या है?
ये वेलकम आता है, ये आता है फिर साला।
काट काट, ये भी नहीं है। देखिए इसके
ये कर
यहाँ
दिया
पे,
हूँ, ऑफ कर दिया हूँ।
यहाँ पे क्लिक करने से जो पॉपअप आता है उसमें उसमें ये उसको मत काटना। रुक जा देखने दे क्या है। नहीं ये
वही
नहीं है।
है।
और कोई ट्राई कर।
ये नहीं काम करा। हाँ
हाँ
ये भी तो वही आ रहा रे। ये हटा देते हैं मेरे को ऐसा लगता है ना, रहता है।
क्या होता नहीं होने से फिर मैं ये इसका लिंक दे दूंगा, फिटगल का लिंक दे दूंगा।
नहीं रे ये भी नहीं।
ये भी नहीं आ रहा है। वन ड्राइव ट्राई कर।
वन ड्राइव ही क्या था पहले?
हाँ कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि एड ब्लॉकर होने से भी खुलता नहीं है।
एड ब्लॉकर नहीं है मेरे में ना, एंटीवायरस ऑफ करके रखा हूँ भाई।
अच्छा
एंटीवायरस भी डिफेंडर भी ये हुआ सच से।
हाँ उधर ये काट, उधर जा। हाँ आई एम नॉट काट काट काट।
अरे
क्लोज नेक्स्ट काट। रुक जा। गेट लिंक हाँ क्लिक कर।
एक ही में आ जाएगा ना डाउनलोड?
नहीं एक ही में नहीं आएगा, अलग अलग फाइल्स होंगे, उसको सब सारे डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए टोरेंट ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है मुझे। एक बार डाउनलोड बिठा दो छोड़ दो। गेट लिंक
टोरेंट में एक साथ दे देते हैं करके इसलिए।
हाँ देख
अरे भाई इतना सारा है क्या?
हाँ
अच्छा पार्ट वाइज है क्या ये?
हाँ देख वो इंग्लिश डाउनलोड करना, ठीक है, कौन कौन सा स्किप
कौन सा
कर
है?
सकते हैं। इंग्लिश डाउनलोड करना, फ्रेंच
हाँ
मत
और
डाउनलोड करना, ठीक है। फिर ये
हाँ
1 से लेके जितना भी पार्ट है नीचे जा, हाँ 9 तक
9
करना।
तक।
जर्मन
हाँ
छोड़ देना, ग्रीक छोड़ देना, इटालियन छोड़ देना, जापानीज छोड़ देना। ओएसटी डाउनलोड करना,
ओएसटी क्या है?
कुछ एक होगा ओरिजिनल साउंड ट्रैक।
ओके हाँ
पॉलिश शायद से लैंग्वेज है, ये भी डाउन, और बाकी सब कुछ डाउनलोड करने की जरूरत नहीं है, और बाकी सब लैंग्वेज है।
अच्छा ओएसटी तक करूँ क्या?
हाँ ओएसटी करना।
तो ये सारा ठीक है। माधुरी एक कर तो भाई टोरेंट ही सही था भाई।
हाँ वही तो टोरेंट अच्छा है, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ।
टोरेंट कहाँ से डाउनलोड करो अब?
क्यूबिट टोरेंट डाउनलोड कर ले, मैं वो यूज कर रहा हूँ।
क्या क्यूबिट?
हाँ क्यूबिट टोरेंट।
वीपीएन वीपीएन नहीं मांगता तो?
नहीं नहीं
मल्टीपल इंस्टॉलर
ऊपर वाला ही कर, नीचे वाला क्या है क्या पता।
हाँ वही कर रहा। ये क्या है रे?
ये क्या है भाई?
अरे
रुक जा, यही है रुक जा देखने दे।
अच्छा डाउनलोड स्टार्ट इन 2 सेकंड। अरे यार डाउनलोड स्टार्ट इन 2 सेकंड दिखा रहा है, फिर डाउनलोड नाउ मारना पड़ रहा है क्या? हाँ
क्लिक कर डाउनलोड नाउ पे।
डिसेबल कर दे।
क्या स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ? उसमें क्लिक कर वापस से, क्यूबिट टोरेंट विंडोज x64 लिखा हुआ है जो।
हाँ इधर फिर
क्या डाउनलोड हुआ?
हाँ
अच्छा मुझे दिखा नहीं रहा क्योंकि वो डाउनलोड हो गया बोल के।
मेरे को स्क्रीन शेयर करना पड़ेगा, रुक रुक। दिखा रहा होगा अब।
अच्छा हाँ ठीक है। अब रुक मैं, अच्छा नहीं तो रुक जा, मैं फाइल डाउनलोड करके देता हूँ।
फाइल क्या डाउनलोड करके देगा यार? यहीं से कर लूंगा ना सीधा।
कहाँ से? हाँ वहीं से मतलब
टोरेंट से डायरेक्ट।
हाँ हाँ इसमें क्लिक कर, टोरेंट पे क्लिक कर। हाँ कोई भी कर ट्राई कर।
कोई भी क्या?
हाँ पता नहीं अब कौन सा काम कर रहा है, नहीं कर रहा है। फ्री डाउनलोड।
अरे 239 क्या?
फ्री डाउनलोड हाँ वो मतलब वो टोरेंट फाइल है
अच्छा
बस।
उसका फाइल है।
हाँ
अरे स्पीड देगा तो?
क्या क्या?
रेस्टोरेंट में स्पीड देगा तो ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ।
हाँ देता है। ये नहीं है रे, काट ये नहीं है सर। फिर डाउनलोड पे क्लिक कर। हाँ क्रिएट डाउनलोड लिंक, काट, क्रिएट डाउनलोड, काट, क्रिएट डाउनलोड, क्लिक टू डाउनलोड। बस इसे ऑन कर ले।
ओपन करोगे सीधा
क्यूबिट टॉरेंट पे, बस कहाँ पे सेव करना है इसे, नाम बड़ा कर।
नाम तो बड़ा नहीं हो रहा है भाई।
हाँ मतलब कहीं पे ड्रैग कर, वो जो हाँ ऊपर वाला एरो एक है ना, ऊपर थोड़ा ले, ऊपर 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 थोड़ा सा राइट, हाँ थोड़ा सा राइट ले। नहीं वहाँ पे बीच में एक वर्टिकल लाइन है ना, हाँ ऐसे खींच।
ओ अरे वाह,
बस
स्पेनिश
स्पेनिश हटा, हाँ ये हटा, रशियन हटा,
जापानीज हटा, इटाली,
सेटअप के नीचे वाला हटा,
ग्रीक, जर्मन, फ्रेंच,
इंग्लिश
डाटा
रहने दे, हाँ डाटा ये रहने दे। पॉलिश हटा, हाँ ये हटा। ठीक है सेटअप है ओएसटी है, इंग्लिश डाटा 1 2 3 बस। ओके अब सो जा तू सुबह तक डाउनलोड हो गया होगा।
अरे डाउनलोड स्पीड इतना स्लो है क्या? नहीं रुक हो रहा है।
ओ भाई स्पीड मिल रहा है
हो जाए। टाइम कहाँ दिखाता रे?
हो रहा राइट, ईटी है 3 घंटा 2 घंटा। ए अच्छा स्पीड मिल रहा है।
हाँ 100 एमबी है ना।
हाँ ओह बढ़िया स्पीड है फिर।
टोरेंट में नहीं मिलता है स्पीड, मैं नहीं करता टोरेंट।
हाँ ये डोडी, मैं जो साइट दिया हूँ वो साइट में और भी गेम्स होंगे, वो सब देख। स्पाइडरमैन भी है।
नहीं ये सब नहीं खेलूंगा स्पाइडरमैन। ये पहले भाई कंप्लीट तो कर पाऊँ भाई मैं। बंद कर रहा हूँ।
बंद कर दे, मैं भी गेम खेलने जा रहा हूँ।
42 मिनट रे पूरा।
ए भाई साहब 12 एमबीपीएस 40 मिनट में
पूरा ठीक है। और हिट हेलो कर बोर हो गया मैं।
मेरा गेम लैग हो गया है।
ये क्या दिखा रहा है? बॉक्स तो स्ट्रीम कर रहा है क्या तू?
हाँ गेम क्रैश हो गया।
क्रैक में क्या अनलिमिटेड पावर होगा ना कह रहे हैं?
हाँ नहीं तो उसका ट्रेनर डाउनलोड कर सकता है अगर चाहे तो।
वो कहाँ मिलता है?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Excitement in the Parisian air. We're at the Parc des Princes.
Welcome to FIFA 23. To continue, please select the train.